everyone, welcome back. This is Fantasy Girl back in action, and I guess today is going to be the next little trip down memory lane. So if you've been keeping up to date with my videos, you'll know that I've been just doing some rewatching of like old content of the Final Fantasy series, and just recently I did the rewatch of both the cinematic trailer as well as 2.1's trailer when it first came out. And it was really nice being able to look back on old memories and everything. So today I'm going to be doing a kind of live reaction as I walk through again like the whole journey of throughout the rest of both A Realm Reborn, Heavensward, and up through Stormblood. And I've already completed A Realm Reborn, and that really wasn't more of a live reaction, it was really more of a walkthrough. And I've already done for Shadowbringers the walkthrough. That was kind of my live reaction. And so I'm just going to be playing through all of this now up until throughout of Stormblood and just basically have a good time with it and just something really to do until Endwalker comes out. We still have a few months left. What's today? July 16th? Yeah, so we got about 4 months, give or take. So I would say around 4 months left before we actually get the game to come out. So yeah, something fun to do, I guess, until then. So this is going to be my live reaction for the whole walkthrough again for 2.1. So that's what we're going to be starting off with. We're picking up where we left off with A Realm Reborn. So I hope you're all going to enjoy it. Also, I want to say that I will still be doing, I will be reading everything out. I'll do my best with the voices and everything. I'll only be showing my live reaction for the cutscenes, though. I'm really going to try to skip over most of the walkthrough through the most of it because, you know, that's not fun for me. So, anyway, we're picking up where we left off in the walkthrough. We just completed the main scenario quest up to level 50. We are now going to be going on to 2.1, which is A Realm Awoken, sorry. And yeah, we're picking up where we left off here in the Waking Sands. So we have Claire here, and she's adorable. She really is adorable. I love her. So let's just continue on here. And a funny thing I remember, they did have cutscenes, of course, during A Realm Awoken, but I don't think they really ever had any kind of like voiceover. So I guess I'm going to be doing a lot of reading for this one. So yeah, I hope you enjoy it. Alright, so we have Claire here back in action, and she's looking adorable in her warrior gear. I do plan to main as a warrior throughout the rest of A Realm Reborn. So the quest is called The Price of Principles. Minfilia appears to be lost in thought. Claire, it pleased me to see you well. Aww, I love Tataru. She's so cute.
Do excuse me for interrupting, Claire. My lady, the gentleman from Ashigana Exports has just left. I understand now why you didn't want to receive him. You did well, Tataru. Please inform the guard that we will not be receiving any further guests this morning. Thank you, my lady.
Yeah, I think Tataru is better than any kind of guard dog that we can ever hope for. Ever since we defeated Gaius Van Belsar and destroyed his Ultima weapon, the eyes of the world has been following our every move, scarce remembering to blink. Where once we worked in secret, with precious few friends and all too many enemies, we are now besieged by benefactors, each one more eager than the last to offer us his complete support. A true embarrassment of riches. Of course, every promise of patronage comes with a price. Some make their intentions known from the start, while others endeavor to engage us more subtly. Dress it how they will, the message is ever the same. We shall help you, but only if you help us. The gentleman Tataru spoke of was more brazen than most. In exchange for certain supplies, he would have us resolve a business dispute. Naturally, I refused him, as I have every other merchant of his ilk. Alas, the Syndicate's overtures are not so easily rejected. When we formed the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, it was with the goal of serving Eorzea, not the interests of individual Eorzeans. Our neutrality is fundamental to our cause. In my heart, I know this to be true, and yet, if accepting these offers of patronage could empower us to do the greater good, might they not warrant greater consideration? Our Baldessian colleagues have been generous beyond measure, though we cannot expect them to
Forgive me, I did not mean to burden you so. Yet my urge to share this dilemma may not be wholly misguided. Might I impose upon you to consult the others? They are like to have their own opinions on this matter.
Interesting. Very, very interesting.
I confess I am conflicted. It may be wise to consult with the others.
Are we sure about that? I mean, I guess I get it, but... Yeah, the thing about asking everyone else is that everyone has their own opinions. And while it is a good thing in many ways, it also can be very confusing. I learned that the hard way. Alright, well, let's see. Thancred? Fortune begets power, and power fortune. That we, and especially you, have power is beyond doubt. The question is what to do with it. You may be interested to know that there is a growing belief amongst the refugees that Alamigo could be liberated if only the Scions would commit their strength to the cause. Oh, if they only knew. Yet theirs is but one of many causes. We stand at a crossroads, Claire. Each path is paved with good intentions, but where they lead is far from clear.
We've been receiving a lot of gifts lately, but Papa Limo keeps making me send them back. Wouldn't be so bad, but some of them are really nice. I mean, very nearly abandon your principles nice, you know?
Well, that's not nice. None can deny we would benefit from more support, but if it comes at the cost of our principles? Neutrality was ever a delicate matter. I've lost count of the times I've had to explain to the people that our allegiances need not necessarily lie in the same place as our headquarters. Mind you, if we are to sell our services for Gil, we might as well declare our futility to Udall now and have it done with. I'm quite sure Ida would enjoy the bribes. Yeah, we might have to keep an eye on her. 'Tis the lot of the powerful to extract the covetous as well as the needy. Thus doth prudence dictate that those with power proffer aid with one hand whilst the other steadieth over on their hilt. Alas, we have not the luxury of time to decipher our petitioners' machinations. Nay, not while the beast tribes do labor unseen, defiant in defeat, to raise up their fallen primals once more. Doubt not that they shall return, stronger and bolder both, nor that we shall be the ones to meet them. The sacred charge ever will be ours. 'Tis but a pity we are so few, and our fortune so finite. Yeah. I mean, they're all saying the same thing. We would like the help, but at the same time, we can't really accept it anymore. Recall you of the meeting of the Admiral, shortly after the Luminescence sent word of the summoning of Titan? Then mayhap you also recall my words to our hosts. I said unto Merwith that her people had broken their treaty with the Kobolds, and that the Beastmen had justly responded, that we had been called to intervene in a conflict which she herself had invited. I spoke, in short, the truth. And wherefore did I speak it? Because owing no allegiance to Limsa, I felt no compulsion to allow the Luminescence to distort the facts to fit a narrative which justify their actions and absolve them of guilt. Upon this subject, Minfilia may expect a similar reply. Our many dalliances with the city-states have already weakened our claim to neutrality, but the path she contemplates would see us relinquish it entirely. I mean, out of all of them, I think that Y'shtola had the most sense. Because she's right, because, I mean, we're not really neutral. We try to help out everyone, so what can you really do? The situation is not wholly unexpected. I too have given much thought to our organization's future, though it would seem I have reached a different conclusion. Mayhap at time I made my feelings known to the antecedents. Come along, Claire. My god, I forgot what a little prick he was back then. Alphinaud, Claire, is aught amiss? You desire counsel, and so you shall have it. Minfilia, the Scions of the 7th Dun must leave Udall. We must do what? As long as we remain within Udall territory, we will ever be free to act with impunity. We will never be free to act with impunity. Moving our headquarters to Vesper Bay only delayed the inevitable. We have demonstrated our capabilities, and the Syndicate has taken note. They will not suffer our organization to remain independent now. We are far too dangerous for that.
Surely you realize that they are the reason Vesper Bay still lacks an aetherite? They know full well how beneficial one would be to our cause, which is why it and other factors will be denied us unless we cooperate. If Udal is no longer suitable, where would you have us go? Experience has taught us that the appearance of neutrality is as important as the reality. Accordingly, we must each keep each of the great nations at arm's length and plant our banner in a place which all agree to be beyond their borders. Mordona. Revenant's told to be precise. It lies within neutral territory and offers all the essential facilities we require. By way of additional benefit, it is also frequented by a veritable legion of adventurers who may serve to supplement our ranks. I am, of course, conscious of the fact that we have developed a certain bond with Udal and her people over the years. But I truly believe this to be the best course of action. He does make sense, Minfilia. As you yourself observe, we have invaluable ties to the local community, forged through years of concentrated effort. Udal is our home, Alphino. To cast aside everything we have built and start anew in that desolate wasteland would be beyond reckless. The decision is yours to make, Antecedents. I ask only that you recall the shared purpose which first moved us to found the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, which moved you to the path of the 12 here that. We aspire to an ideal, you and I, just as my grandfather did. That makes us more than mere comrades in arms. We are as much your family as... That will be all, Athlano. I'm sure that you have some familiar affairs of your own to attend to. Your concern is most generous, but no, I have left them in the hands of men better suited to the task than I. I could not very well allow my personal affairs to come before the needs of the Order, after all. Man, what a pernicious little prick he was. But at the same time, he's right. I mean, I cannot argue with all that logic that he came out there. Okay, moving on. Once again, Minfilia appears to be lost in thought. Leave Udal? Has it truly come to this? Oh, Claire, pay attention to Alphino. He is engaged in some business or other and requires your assistance. Pray be on your way. Alphino waits upon you, and I have much to think about. Oh, and tell him he shall have my answer in due time. Yeah, that was the thing about Minfilia back then. Like, that scene there just really, really annoyed me, and I'll explain more in a moment once we hit the road, but let's talk to Alphino first. Confound it, she knows what must be done, and still she hesitates. All because of these fanciful rumors. I should explain. Minfilia's mother, well, adopted mother, was among the great many who perished during the calamity. Flamine was her name, though you may know her better as the songstress of Udal. She was a performer of singular talents, and much beloved by the people of Eorzea, not to mention a certain Charlian minstrel. That's right, I forgot about that. As you may imagine, the news of her passing was greeted with shock and disbelief by her adoring followers, many of whom refused to acknowledge what had happened. That her body was never found only served to encourage speculation. Minfilia, too, struggled at first to accept the truth. As Flamine's absence stretched from months into years, she saw that there could be no other explanation. Until recently, at any rate. For whatever reason, rumors have once again begun to circulate that Flamine is alive and well. One of our informants, Father Luid, has sent word that a woman matching the songstress's description has been seen of late in the sites web resources of Coastal del Sol. If we could succeed in tracking her down, I have no doubt that any worries that now plague Minfilia's hearts might be assuaged. I mean to set forth for La Nocia at once. Let us reconverge there and inquire with Master Jijiriju as to the veracity of these rumors.
Okay, well, let's head on out then. And that's very different from before. It really is different. I think before we were asked to go straight to the church in Eastern Thanaland to speak with Father Eluid, which led us to Costa del Sol, which was how we ended up finding Flamine. Oops, spoilers there, so. But, yeah, we do end up finding her, and yeah, so I guess they just cut that out. I do remember now that they were promising to cut out certain cutscenes, like certain quests, just to make everything flow a little easier. So, yeah, let's head off and find Flamine then. I've always liked coming to Costa del Sol. I miss the ocean. I used to live in Florida. I lived in Florida for about 2 years, and I could see the ocean pretty often, but I really miss it now. So let's go, Claire. Let's talk to the perverts, Lalafell. Ah, you return. Ah, you arrived. Let us see if Master Jijirichu can shine any light onto the rumors regarding Flamine. Oh, sweet siren of the sands, my Makote muse, why have you forsaken me? Titan's Bane! I mean, Claire! What brings you to my humble resort? Flamine? You mean to tell me that the goddess made flesh who dwelt among us until very recently was the songstress of Udal? Egads, woman, if I had known that, I would have chained her to my bedpost and never let her leave. Oh, for shame, to think she now piles her trade for the riffraff off to the west, or whatever she said she was going. 'Tis a tragedy, I say. A tragedy! West is it? Thank you, Master Jijirichu. Your information will serve us well. That said, there are many number of places she could be. I shall begin my search by the docks and see if any witnesses might have some knowledge to spare. I would be most appreciative if you could travel on to Wineports and do the same. Yeah, so that wasn't creepy at all, Mr. Jijirichu. Trying to keep an eye on him. But yeah, the thing that really got me the most, that kind of annoyed me with Minfilia, is that I think deep down she knows that he was right, that Alphinaud was right, and that the best option is to go ahead and move headquarters. The problem is that she was so attached to the idea of trying to find her adopted mother, she was kind of putting the whole organization at risk because of that. That seems kind of selfish to me. If it isn't Claire, the savior of Wineport, to what do we owe the pleasure? Ah yes, we did receive a customer matching that description. She was a delight to behold, to give the woman her due, but her perfume was so ghastly I had no choice but to eject her from the premises. Interfering with the tastings, you understand. Really? I didn't know one could do that. If she is your quarry, why not consult your blind associates? His olfactory perception is without peer. Given that I could smell the woman from a mile away, I dare say he could smell her from 10. I do like that they like putting in like old characters from previous quests here. So let's see if we can find the guy. And over here, where is he? Oh, okay. You want to know if I've seen a Makote lass by the name of Flamine? I wish. I haven't seen a lass of any description for far too bloody long. Excepting yourself, of course. Well, thank you for noticing. So let's go speak with Shaminin Lomani. I can never pronounce his name. I don't know why they have Lakota, like, I could never pronounce his name. I don't know why they have Lalafell names so hard. I see you have gained many grand adventures since last we spoke, Claire. You must share them with me sometime. The girl from a little while ago? One does not forget a perfume like that, so robust and intoxicating. Simultaneously familiar, reminiscent of a bloom native to these parts, in fact. I said as much when we spoke. She complimented my powers of observation and asked me where she might find some of the flowers. So I told her to follow the road south to Raincatcher Gully, and then head east after crossing the second bridge. The flowers, which grow in the shade of the cliff, have the strongest scent you see. If you make haste, you may yet find her there. I'm a little surprised that she chose to come all the way out here into the wilds without, like, any kind of weapon to protect herself. I mean, she was able to survive kind of as a nomad for years, so surely she must know some kind of tricks. But yeah, it wasn't until Flamine returned and like basically Menphilia got what she wanted did she realize that she had to do what's best for the organization, and I guess that's what really annoyed me with Menphilia. No, we found her. Yeah, that's right, the Goobboo! Yes, I'm sure you've noticed I'm playing as a warrior, and I'll be playing as a warrior through the rest of A Realm Reborn, but I will be switching to a Dragoon once we start Heavensward. You know, make it feel a little bit more special. And hold on, I just want to get rid of this. Yeah, that special effect kind of annoys me sometimes. Let's get rid of that real quick.
I am in your debt, stranger. I did not yet realize my activities had roused the Goobboo's ire until it was too late. Their oils can be used to make a perfume, you see, and I... Flamine? I don't... Who are you? Whom do you serve?
It appears you already found our woman. Consider me impressed, my friend. Yeah, that speech is also different. Songstress of Udal, I presume. Menphilia, or I should say Ashelia, is looking for you.
Ashelia? You are the very picture of health, my lady, yet the world thinks you dead. I can only conclude that this was by design. The question is, why? Not everyone who endeavors to find me does so with the best intentions, child. You'll be pleased to know that I fully intend to reveal myself to Menphilia when the time is right. Oh, well, that does please me, more than you know. But tell me, sojourns in the forests of Lenotia aside, when exactly will the time be right? When I deem it so. Do you imagine I traveled all this way on a whim? As I was telling your associate prior to your intrusion, I came here to harvest these flowers for use in a perfume. Does that satisfy your curiosity, or would you interrogate me further?
She's tough as nails, I like her. But my apologies for the interruption. Anyway, now that we have all that which we came for, might we continue this conversation in a safer locale? One port say. Yeah, what a... Oh boy. I could just picture Alvino getting told off like that. Like, I could just picture, like, his mother, like, maybe doing that. I mean, maybe not. I have a feeling that maybe his mother may have spoiled him a little bit. Maybe spoiled both of them. Particularly Alvino, I think she may have spoiled him a bit. Alize once said that Alvino kind of got his innocence kind of from their mother. So maybe it was not intentional. I don't know. I really hope we get to meet her in Endwalker, though.
Rescued yet again from the jaws of a ravenous Goobboo. How quickly we forget the lessons of the past. Though I was not solely to blame for that foolishness.
This is not at all how I envisioned it. I can scarce begin to imagine what emotions will go through Menphilia's heart when she reunites with her mother after all these years. Yeah, why not? We'll take that one. Despite her years of nomadism, it would seem Lady Flamine has kept a close eye on the affairs of our order. Surprisingly close, in fact. Suffice it to say, she is nothing if not resourceful. One does not develop such skills without efforts, or without reason. Hey, all things in time. Flamine has made her peace and is ready to reunite with her adopted daughter.
You say my daughter awaits us in Vesper Bay, yes? I've kept you waiting long enough. Let us be on the next ferry. I can finish fashioning the perfume along the way.
Understood. Come with me. It will be my pleasure to escort you to the Awoken Sands. Wow, that was also different. Before she made us go off to like another part of Lenosia for like another ingredients. Oh wow, that was convenient. Didn't have to walk back that time. Okay, into the sonar. I'm not sure about these changes, but I think I like them. They're so much easier.
Antecedents, you have a guest. Lamine? Ashilia.
Aww, I can't help it. I'm a sucker for sweet scenes like this.
I haven't seen her like this in years, Claire.
It's so sweet. Sweetness just gets to me, you know, right in here. I never truly believed it when they told me you were dead, but what kept you away for so long? The Imperials came for me, as I always knew they would, and so I resolved to stay as far away from you as I could, lest their pursuit of me endanger you and our cause. I could think of no better way to grant you the freedom to continue our work. And continue what you did, achieving things I would not have imagined possible. I followed your every success and celebrated in secret. I'm so proud of you, Ashilia. I learned from the best. I have a gift for you. Celestia perfume, you remembered! How could I ever forget? You wore it all the time. If I ever lost sight of you, I could find you again just by following my nose. I do not think it was made anymore. You must have gone to so much trouble. It was no trouble to me, my darling. I fear I cannot say the same for Claire, however. I could not have made it without her. Yeah, I guess we stopped the Gubu from killing her, so. Thank you, Claire. Thank you both. Aw. When Claire's happy, I'm happy. There's something else. This is the cat's eye I found. All these years you kept it. My father was a member of the Alamegan resistance. When I was yet a child, he brought me here to Udal. The accident which claimed his life happened shortly after our arrival. It was Lamine who took care of me then. She raised me as her own, taught me everything I needed to know to survive. Well, didn't do a good job, if you ask me. I'm no stranger to the facts of your history, yet I fear I failed to grasp their implications. It's clear that there is much I do not know about you and your mother both. One of her first lessons to me concerned mining, and I was a very dedicated student. Yeah, she was a miner in those days. This cat's eye was the first stone I unearthed. It wasn't much, of course, but I was exceedingly proud to have found it nonetheless. So I gave it to Lamine as a gift. She said it was beautiful, but there I am at a loss. Why are you returning this to me? Is something amiss? No, Ashilia, nothing is amiss. Quite the opposite. I need you to realize how far you've come, and how much farther you must still go. You and your allies have accomplished more than I ever have hoped, and you have succeeded where I failed, and made me so proud that words fail me. But even as I marvel at the woman you've become, and all the many things you've yet done, I cannot help but think of that which you have yet to do, and what it may entail. Ashilia, daughter, you cannot stay here anymore. You and the Scions must leave Udal. Man, I can't help it. That is just something else. You built it once, Ashilia. You can build it again, and this time we'll do it together. Truly? Yep, there we go. See, it wasn't until she got what she wanted that she agreed to do what was best for the organization.
Alphino, the time has come for the Scions to leave Vesper Bay. We shall establish a new headquarters in Revenant Toll as you proposed. Much work lies ahead of us. Inform our fellow Scions and send words to the students of Baldessian. Preparations begin at once.
Oh boy. I don't know what to say to that. I liked it and I hated it. But you know what? I think that it's a good place here. We don't want to get too wrapped into this just yet, but I promise we'll continue on, and the next video is probably going to be a lot longer. So, yeah, so that's going to be my first little run, I guess rerun of 2.1. So this is going to continue, like I said. We'll see how the story goes, and I'm definitely going to at least complete the 2.x series, and we'll see how it gets when we get up to Heavensward. So I hope you all liked it, my little run through of A Realm Awoken, and the differences are definitely there. I definitely noticed like the subtle changes that they made. They're not very big ones, but I did kind of like them at the same time. So yeah, that's it for right now. So I hope you liked it. I hope I gave some pretty good facial expressions there. But yeah, let me know what you think, and if you like this video, just leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below. But otherwise, once again, this is Fantasy Girl, and you have a great rest of your day. Bye!